If you are over 60, one of the easiest ways to make blood sugar harder to manage is to eat a meal that looks harmless but delivers a large amount of fast-digesting carbohydrate all at once. That can happen at breakfast. It can happen with a drink. It can happen with foods that do not even taste especially sweet. And after 60, it is worth paying attention because the risk of prediabetes and type 2 diabetes rises with age. Today, I will show you 5 common foods and drinks that can push blood sugar up quickly, why they do it, and how to make each one easier on your blood sugar without turning your diet upside down. And stay to the end, because the biggest mistake is not eating one bad food. It is the pattern that happens when several fast carbohydrates show up in the same meal. Number 5. Sweet drinks. This includes regular soda, sweet tea, sweetened coffee drinks, energy drinks, and other beverages with added sugar. The problem is simple. Liquid sugar is easy to consume quickly, and there is usually little fiber to slow it down. A large sweet drink can deliver a lot of carbohydrate before you even begin eating your meal. And because drinks do not always feel like food, people may forget to count them as part of the meal. A better default is water, sparkling water, unsweetened tea, or coffee with less added sugar. Number 4. Fruit juice. This surprises many people because juice sounds healthy, and fruit itself can absolutely fit into a healthy diet. But drinking fruit juice is not the same as eating a whole orange, apple, or handful of berries. Whole fruit comes with fiber and takes time to chew. Juice is much easier to drink quickly, and a glass can contain the carbohydrate from several pieces of fruit. That means blood sugar can rise faster. So if you enjoy fruit, whole fruit is often the better everyday choice. And if you are treating low blood sugar, that is a different situation. Fast sugar may be exactly what your medical plan calls for. Do not confuse treatment for low blood sugar with an everyday beverage choice. Number 3. White bread, bagels, crackers, and refined baked foods. These foods do not always taste sweet, but they can still be rapidly digested into glucose. White bread, many crackers, pastries, and other refined grain foods have had much of their original fiber removed. Think about a breakfast of white toast with jam, a large bagel, and sweet coffee. Each item may seem ordinary. Together, they can create a large carbohydrate load with very little protein or fiber to slow things down. You do not necessarily have to ban bread. A more useful question is, what kind, how much, and what are you eating with it? A smaller portion of a higher fiber bread with eggs, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, nuts, or another protein source creates a very different meal from bread alone. Number 2. Sugary breakfast cereals and sweet breakfast foods. Breakfast is one of the easiest places to accidentally build a blood sugar spike. A bowl of sweet cereal can be followed by milk, toast, juice, and maybe a sweetened coffee. Now you do not have one carbohydrate source, you have several. The same problem can happen with sweet granola, pastries, muffins, flavored oatmeal packets, and other quick breakfast foods. The answer is not that every cereal is forbidden. Look at the total carbohydrate, added sugar, fiber, and serving size. Old-fashioned oats, a less sweet cereal with more fiber, or a smaller cereal portion combined with protein can be a more balanced choice. Number 1. Oversized portions of refined starches. Rice, pasta, potatoes, and similar foods are not automatically bad. The problem is often the portion and the rest of the plate. A very large plate of white rice or pasta can contain far more carbohydrate than people realize. The same can happen with a large serving of mashed potatoes, especially when the meal has very few vegetables and little protein. Your blood sugar response depends on more than the name of the food. Amount matters. What you eat with it matters. And your own body, activity level, medications, and health conditions matter. One practical approach is to stop letting the starch take over the entire plate. Build the meal around non-starchy vegetables and a protein source. Then keep the carbohydrate portion reasonable for your personal plan. Now here is the biggest mistake: stacking fast carbohydrates. Imagine a large bowl of cereal, toast with jam, orange juice, and sweetened coffee. Or dinner, a large plate of white pasta, bread on the side, a sugary drink, and dessert. The problem is not one mysterious ingredient. It is the total carbohydrate load arriving together, especially when the meal contains little fiber or protein. So instead of asking, "Is this food allowed?" ask 3 better questions. How much carbohydrate is in this meal? How much is coming from refined grains or added sugar? And what am I eating with it? Carbohydrates are not the enemy. Your body uses them for energy, and many healthy foods contain carbohydrates. The goal is to choose more high-fiber, less refined sources, and pay attention to portion size. Protein, fat, and fiber can slow how quickly a carbohydrate-containing meal raises blood sugar. That can mean adding eggs to breakfast, beans to lunch, fish or poultry to dinner, or nuts and plain yogurt to a snack. It can also mean choosing whole fruit instead of juice, and whole grains more often than refined grains. If you already have diabetes or prediabetes, your plan may be different from someone else's. And if you use insulin or another medicine that can lower blood sugar, do not make large changes to your carbohydrate intake without considering how that affects your medication plan. For some people, checking blood sugar with a meter or continuous glucose monitor can show which meals create the biggest rise. But do not chase one isolated number. Look for patterns and discuss repeated or confusing high readings with your healthcare team. So what should you do tomorrow? Do not remove every carbohydrate from your kitchen. Start with one meal and look for the fastest carbohydrate in it. Maybe it is the sweet drink. Maybe it is the juice. Maybe it is the oversized bread, rice, cereal, or pasta portion. Then make one change. Replace the drink. Reduce the portion. Choose a higher fiber option. Or add protein and vegetables so the meal is not built almost entirely from refined carbohydrate. After 60, the goal is not to fear food. It is to make meals more predictable, more balanced, and easier for your body to handle. And if you have frequent thirst, frequent urination, unexplained weight loss, unusual fatigue, blurred vision, or repeated high blood sugar readings, do not try to solve the problem only by changing breakfast. Those symptoms deserve medical attention. If this video was useful, subscribe for more practical health information for men over 60. And in the comments, tell me which one is hardest for you to cut back on: sweet drinks, juice, bread, cereal, or large portions of rice and pasta.